To recording this from the cloud. Okay, I got it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the We Are Not Regular podcast.
We're here.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Eva.
And we are together, as you can see.
We are a family.
Yo.
Like a wandering tree. Reaching out towards the sky. Hi, everybody.
She actually sounded good, y'all. She really
right?
I
harmonized. I was in choir.
Sound better than a Marvin.
I'm saying. I was in choir from when I was a young lad. You know, I did church choir things. And then like in high school, I did high school choir things. So I can carry a note. I was soprano one. little things.
So y'all, I know we've been MIA for a while. Lots been going on. People got lives. Things are going, but we're here.
Y'all live in America too.
But we're together. We are enjoying Florida. We're enjoying each other's company. So we decided that we wanted to bring a little bit of this good energy, this good vibe to the rest of y'all.
Welcome.
So Eva?
I have been here all of a day and I realized that New York is no longer for me. I do this every time I leave New York. I leave and I'm like, why am I still here? I get somewhere else and I'm like, I don't need to be here. I actually go back home and I'm like, my time here is limited.
I'm with you. Like every time I go back to visit, I'm like, I can only stay for so long.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. Like I'd much rather be somewhere else. If that makes sense.
It does. I flew out of Westchester Airport, which is the best airport to fly out of, but people are now figuring out about it. So it's no longer like the hidden gem.
Right.
So I flew out and normally I try to get a window seat so that I can look out the window and like look out New York. And I flew out of Westchester and I'm just like, look at all these trees.
Yeah.
Like there was no city to be seen until you like looked further off into like White Plains. And I'm like, I miss green. I miss space. I miss not being on top of each other. I love my neighbors. I love my neighborhood, but like, damn, I see y'all all the time.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that sunshine.
The sunshine's been good to me. I've been glowing since I've got here. I had a pimple. The pimple is shrinking.
She is always in a better mood every time she comes to visit. And I can't just say it's just me. I think it's everything.
It's everything. The atmosphere. The air is thinner. Like
I would like to say I have something to do with it though, because I always give her a reason to come visit.
Always. Like I get really excited. Like if you would have asked me on Tuesday, like I'm excited because I'm going on a cruise. Oh, COVID all. I don't care, whatever. But like part of the main thing was like I was excited to come see you.
Yeah. Like
that's really, really important to me. Like I get to see my best friend.
Because every time I'm in New York, I always go check her. I don't care what I'm doing, what I'm there for. Same. I will call and I'm like, yo, I'm here. Even if it's just for a little while to look up.
I came to Florida for a festival. Somehow managed to get Kelly to go to. How did we get you into the festival? Because you ended up coming, like you came.
Because somebody was supposed to go and
didn't come. We gave you their ticket.
And I got the ticket. And I lived there. So I happened to actually go out and do things that I normally wouldn't do.
What a time. Shout out to BRT.
It's the best. I need to go again.
If they come back to Florida, which they should be.
If they're not in Florida.
Would you go to California with me to BRT?
Yeah.
We out.
I'm out.
The best one was Florida. The best one was California. Hands down. It's also because weed was. I got so high off of edible that like everyone was out mingling in the parking lot having a good time and I was up staring at the stars like it's such a beautiful night and if you connect that star it may be the Big Dipper, but I wasn't right, but the edibles were.
I just like to be out of my norm. Like I have to break out of the day-to-day.
That's how I feel about New York.
I get super high. Like I have to have my ratchet time and then I come back home.
Like,
I need just a little bit of fun, just a little bit, not too crazy, nothing disrespectful, just enough to be like, yo, I'm still young. I can still do certain things.
Yeah, we're not old.
I'm not old.
So what's like your
I had to know. Literally, we just turned 34.
Yes.
Both of us. And I was kind of a little nervous because I was like, yo, just almost mid-30s. So now I'm like,
we're not mid-30s. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Not there. We're still early 30s. Mid-30s, you have to hit 35 and then hit over 35 to be mid-30s.
Okay.
Like mid-30s for me is 35 to 37.
Okay.
Late 34.
Okay.
Like the second half of 34.
That makes sense. I just turned 34.
Yeah.
But it's
you're not even a whole month.
But I feel like even from like
your baby
33, but 33 sounds like young. You know, like
it is.
It's like early 30, but then 34 sounds like it's like that push where you're like, all right, now you gotta really be an adult, like for real.
No, I'm still doing the ratchet shit that I did at 33. You know, just a little more responsible. Okay, I'm drinking another bottle of water. Instead of 1, I'll drink 2.5. Eat an extra salad.
There you go. See? I don't know. I just feel like my kids, having them in my 20s, I want to enjoy my 30s.
But that makes sense. Like I feel
I missed out on a lot of the stuff that you guys got to do because I was mommy. Mm-hmm. And you know, I felt like I had to. I essentially did. They needed me at that time.
Yep.
But now that they're older and they're hitting, you know, late elementary, middle school, like they have their own lives. Crazy, right? Caden would be 6th grade. But they have their own lives. Caden has his own social life. He'd be like, yo, I'm going out, Mom. I want to go with my friends. I'm going to get out here.
Friends, sleepovers, like
And then Carter's doing the same. He's got his little thing going. So I'm like, all right, now I want to do some fun stuff. Like, I want to go out.
And it's like, I'm kind of in reverse. And I think this is what a lot of women don't actually talk about this, like the reversal in friendships. Because when you have children young, I've noticed this with all of my friend groups. There's a pause. When you're a responsible parent,
right?
There is a pause that you have that you take the time to raise your kid. Mm-hmm. And then for me being someone who does not have kids and who continued throughout my 20s, and I'm 34 now and I still don't have kids, I'm like, as you're ready to go back in, I'm still tired and out.
It's true.
But it's like, I still can do a little bit of turn up or it's still a little bit of, my partying has adjusted, but it actually works in conjunction with each other because a lot of the times as mothers, you're tired. So there's a different type of party. You're not looking to do the same type of partying that you were doing when you were like 20, 21, 22. Right. So it is more of the brunches and more of the day parties. And
because even the places that I go to, I wouldn't go when I was 20. Like, I'm more of like, I don't like the club.
I will never step foot in another club if I do not have to in my life.
But I like a nice bar, a nice restaurant that's blasting music. I can eat.
I don't like going places where there's a dress code. If you tell me how I have to dress, I'm not coming. Yeah, unless it's like for an event. Like if it's like, this is so-and-so's event and you have to wear X, Y, and Z, okay, fine. But a club, you're not catching me in heels. I don't care. There are certain women who wear heels, more power to you. My days of heels, done.
Yeah, I don't like if I'm going to a place and the guy's like, oh yeah, we're not letting them in because you don't have heels on or you don't have
I will walk right back to the car and be like, that's perfectly fine. I will take my ass to the bar down the street and that bartender is getting my $20 tip, not you, because I would prefer to be there.
Right.
You know?
Kyle's acting a fool in the background.
That's the homie though. Like
he's been one of our biggest supporters besides Philly. So I
enjoy coming to Florida because when I come to Florida, I come home. I leave home to come home.
My husband is more hyped to see her than he is anybody.
Yo, because me and KG have a good time together.
Happy, like, yo,
that's the homie.
It's good vibes.
That's the homie.
It's good. Y'all, we had so much fun yesterday. So much fun. I wish that we really sat and recorded.
But we were in the moment.
Yeah, we were enjoying ourselves. But
once upon a time, do you remember when y'all would like just sit with y'all friends and just have good conversations in the moment? We did that yesterday.
Just talk. And just
it's beautiful.
Vibe. We played Uno.
We did play Uno. I lost 3 out of the 5 rounds. No, I won 2.
Not one. Kyle did not win, not one. It was ridiculous. We played like 7 times.
I did good. Was it 7?
I think it was 6 or something. You won like 2 or 3.
Maybe I won 3 then.
You won 3.
I did-
Marlon
I did
definitely
good.
won a few.
He cheated. He didn't shuffle correctly the last round.
But then, like, we had our morning vibe. Like, we sat outside on the patio. We had a really good time. Enjoyed the sun. Took a nap.
Took a nap because that's very important in adult life.
Yes.
Naps.
Took a nap. And then, what else did we do? Oh,
Ate.
we ate. Yeah, we had
Yo,
Jamaican food.
let me tell you something. I didn't realize how stressed I was in New York. I eat, but when I came here, when I say I ate yesterday, I ate like, oh my, the fucking curry chicken. And then it's not even that there's bad, some of the best island food I've had was in New York. Like, it wasn't even like the food in New York is bad. It's just like New York stresses me out to the point where my appetite is shot 89% of the time.
Right.
And I came down here. I've been eating since. Snacking. I had guacamole.
Yeah, we
Totitos.
the wine, the food.
Everything's been
We
lovely.
ate pizza.
We ate pizza.
We searched for like an hour trying to find someone who had a New York type.
Because they talking about
pizza.
$18 for some wings. Like, I'm not paying
we kept
$18
going
for
through
wings.
DoorDash and I was like, no, we gotta find something else. But we had some pizza.
Had some really good pizza.
Then we had my friend Dad come through.
Had some more drinks.
Had more drinks. The jokes, the stories just were flowing.
It was very old school-esque of like, you gather your friends together and y'all just sit outside and chill. And I feel like I hate to blame everything on like social media and the internet, but social media and the internet has ruined a lot. There's no longer that you actually sitting outside with your friends and actually chilling and hanging out. Like, I understand that people grow up and people move apart and, you know, everyone has their own lives going on, but there's just a certain connection that gets broken because you're able to still see your friend online. So like, even if you don't go, if they're having a barbecue and you're not at the barbecue, you can still check on social media. You can be like, oh, that should look nice.
But
or
see,
like
I miss when we were kids, when I would wake up on this weekday in the summer and be like, yo, I'm gonna just walk up the block just to see where everybody's at. Because you knew where everybody was gonna be around. Like, you knew where they were gonna chill. So I just felt like, yo, I'm just gonna walk up there. I'm gonna get a sandwich from the store.
24-hour store.
Right. Go get something to eat, walk up the street, and then sit for hours in the same spot with your friends and just talk about any and everything.
The odd thing is, what I've been realizing, especially being from New Rochelle, many of us still want that. And many of us still have some of the time to dedicate that. I'm someone who still travels to Hudson Park in New Rochelle. Mm-hmm. And I can sit there all day long and see tons of people from New Rochelle, tons of people I've grown up with, and everyone does the same thing. Yeah. Everyone comes to Hudson. There's people we grew up with who come and fish. There's people who just come, chill out, look out the water. There's people that sit in the park, play with their kids. So it's funny that everyone gets it's adulthood, because everyone gets just so wrapped up into the day-to-day that we don't even realize, like, a lot of the little things that we used to do, we still do them at some point, but we just,
like you said, basically there's a disconnect. It's just a disconnect of that human interaction and just being around somebody, people, and then
I don't like people. I like humans. Yes. Okay, so there's 2 words that I don't like: human and world.
Yeah, it's very broad.
They're sketchy to me. I'm a conspiracy theorist, and those 2 words, I'm a human. Why are you calling me a person? Human is enough.
Yeah.
And then world is the same as Earth. So like, why don't you just say planet Earth? Like, why do you have to say the whole world? Like, no, why not just say the whole Earth? It's the same. It's supposed to be the same shit, right? But this is me thinking too deep. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, the words we use, we use them on purpose.
We use them on purpose.
And you know the connotation you're putting on that word.
Because I like humans. I like being in
because you know what? Humans put us all in the same category.
Is that what it is?
I think so, because I think a lot of times we divide each other based upon the way we group each other. You know, like, you know how Black people be. Mm-hmm. You know how white people be. But
and I'm normally like, humans are terrible. You're right.
Right. You're putting it all together. And you're putting, so I get what you're saying. But long story short, we had a very good time.
Amazing day. It was I just started my vacation. I got off of work at 4:00 on Friday. My first stop was my best friend's house. And from the time I left New York at 8:00 yesterday morning, I have not been in a bad mood. It has been, this was the perfect way to start my vacation.
Yeah, it feels like, it even sucks that the weekend's coming to an end. Even though we're going to see each other again, it's
too
like,
soon.
damn, I gotta go back to work.
Mm-hmm. Too soon.
She's still on vacation, so whatever.
Still on vacation.
But I gotta go back to work. But we get to wrap it up in New York.
New York,
we're gonna record again in New York, so that'll be fun.
You guys will see us again.
Yes.
In the park, because I'm a nature lover.
She is. Hopefully I won't get itchy and have allergies, but we'll look at it.
You should be fine. I feel like, I mean, they're normally, I have really bad allergies and I lay out there all day long.
I'll be fine. I need to be a big girl and get outside.
Oh my gosh. So plant mommy Eva. I tweeted this earlier too. Like, I feel like I'm not doing my plants justice by living in New York. I come here and one of my favorite plants the reason I love this plant is because the original clipping is from my grandmother.
Okay.
That was given to my mother. That was given to me.
Okay.
Y'all know the plant that I have is the size of one of the leaves that Kelly has outside her house.
Literally outside. I didn't even know what it was. What? I just knew we had a bunch of stuff outside.
The golden pothos is golden and it's flourishing. And I'm just like, I'm not doing my plants justice by keeping them locked up in the Bronx. They in the cage just like me.
I know, y'all. Sorry, I had no idea. Kara just pees on.
We gotta break free.
And I didn't even know. Like, she was just like, stop, the plant's out here. Like, she outside having Kyle cut shit off the plant, but I didn't know.
Watch what happened in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Watch what happened in 2 weeks. You're gonna be able to, you don't have to buy, you never have to buy plants ever again in life. You have the endless amount of plants.
And I'm sitting here giving Home Depot and all these places my money, y'all, and apparently I have a gold mine.
She has a gold mine right outside. She has snake plants, pothos. My mom, when I called my mom and told my mom, because my mom is also a plant enthusiast. It runs in the family. And she was just like, does she have Monstera growing out there? I said, I don't know, but I need to find out. Because if you do, oh my gosh. Long story short, every trip that I come to Florida, I realize that I need to move to Florida. And
she has an epiphany and her life gets better every time she comes
every
to
time.
Visit. So I'm just trying to convince her to move.
And it's not just like 1 or 2 years in a row. We've been doing this for like 12.
Yeah. She's been coming down since my baby's been born. So it's been a minute.
Yeah, I come down at least once a year. I think there was like 2 years where I didn't come.
What, the pandemic? The pandemic was probably the only one. She came for Carter surgery.
Because I did come for his surgery.
She came and she helped.
And I had Carter.
Yes, because Carter could not breathe. Carter had surgery on his nose.
Oh, and my baby worked up. She
held him. We would alternate. Like, when I say she was a godmommy for real, she was a godmommy.
Listen, because if I can't be there financially, I'm be there emotional for my babies.
She was.
They not gonna have to worry about godmommy not being there because they know. They know I love them. Shout out to my niece. She probably watching this. Hey boo. Hi sunshine. Oh my gosh.
I can't wait.
Shout out to my sister, because my sister also has me confused on how kids are supposed to be. So I know that children are different. But my friends and my niece confuse me. Like, I don't know. There's no such thing as like an average 1-year-old or an average 2-year-old. But there's like a bare minimum that I feel like all of them know. And my friend's children and my niece they've all been past the bare minimum. So it's just like, I don't know when I have kids with like is there like a spectrum? I have fish and I have a goldfish. I have fish and a goldfish. Wine. I have fish and I have plants. So like, it's easier to.
Right.
Keisha, she cool. I already know she need a 20-gallon tank. Like
we looked at some.
She's running into the tank. I can hear her. But like little humans are different.
Humans are.
And they learn different. And I watch my niece and she's just like.
And just when you think you got it down pat for one, the other one comes and just smacks.
Because I remember having conversations with. Yeah, I remember having conversations with your boys, and I'm just like. That's why I never know how old they are.
Caden was like a very cranky baby. He was colicky. He was irritable. Like
he's a little girl man.
Me and Kyle, like, I don't know. He got older. He mellowed out. He's the chillest 11-year-old you will ever meet. He don't bother nobody. He just likes to be home. Like, that's him. He plays video games. He's cool. Mom, I don't need a lot. I just need breakfast, lunch, dinner, cup of snack. I'm good. Carter is an easy baby. He had me fooled. I was thinking, I'm going to have a third one. This is easy. Like, he's straight. Carter started talking. The brain never stopped.
So Carter and Caden are me and my sister.
Carter does not stop. He is the brightest kid I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like, he will give you a run for your
money. You had two baby geniuses.
I have never had so many phone calls from his school except for Carter.
Just questions.
Hey, Carter is being Carter today. Carter can't sit still today. Carter can't do this today.
But
call his daddy. Like, call his daddy.
But it's because they're not doing anything to grab his attention. It's because the things that they are showing him, he's like, I got this. I'm done. What else?
He likes what likes. Like, Carter is smart. Like, he'll research stuff on his own.
That's my birthday
twin. He wants to know. He will look it up. If it's not what he's interested in, he's not hearing you. He don't care who you are. He's not hearing it. Like, all right, let's do something else. Carter have some good weeks, Carter have some not so good weeks, but he is so bright.
Yeah.
But you learn, like, your kids are different. They're just different. Like, it's crazy. Bringing a human is difficult.
I think I'm just amazed at what it takes to raise a human. Like, because in all actuality, you're the one that teaches them to walk. You're the one that teaches them to talk. You're the one that teaches them to eat. You're the one that teaches them to drink. And it's like, over time, this is what they learn from their parent. Like, Father's Day, my niece, like, it was mine. Like, she's not two.
Right.
She's 20 months, and just to see where she's at and how expansive, one, her vocabulary is for her age. My sister does an amazing job of being a mother, but it's the whole dynamic of, like, the family and everyone who still also pours into it. Like, we were like that when we were kids, but I don't know. Babies are weird. Humans are weird.
They are.
I like goldfish because Keisha, she can't talk, but I know what she needs.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. It's very interesting, and I'm at the point in my life where now I'm wondering if I could do that again.
Yeah.
Like, I know I said in a previous podcast that I was like, yeah, I want another baby.
But it's a lot.
But it's a lot.
It's a lot. You're literally trying to teach someone how to be a human. And that is fucking miraculous. It's miraculous to me. And I actually see the beauty in becoming a parent. And it's also what, like, slows me down from being a parent. Because I'm just like, I see what has to go into it. And it's like, you're never really ready, but it's still just being conscious of what actually goes into it. And like I said, I look at my friends, you, Regina, Sadina, Shakia, my sister. I see what it took for you guys to pour into your children. And I don't know if when it's time, it'll come. But, like, my plants need me right now. They just need water and soil. Keisha just needs a good filter,
right,
and a tank.
There you go. Keisha will be all right.
Sure.
I'm just saying, like, I'm at a point. It's weird. Like, kids raising kids. I'm not done. I'm nowhere near done. I'm nowhere near done raising them. So I can't even be like, oh yeah, I got them for the past decade. I'm good. No, there's so much more to go. Like, for example, Kate going to middle school. Do you remember middle school? We met in middle school.
Caden might meet his lifetime friend
in
middle school, which I think is awesome because we have been friends for what was that, 11 years old?
We were 11 and we're 34.
You're 34. No.
Hold on, guys, because like we grew up in the era where we had to know how to do math, but we still use a calculator.
It's because the internet messed us up. 23 years.
We've been best friends for 23 years.
23 years.
We've been through just about every relationship together.
Mm-hmm.
Breakups.
Good,
marriage,
bad, happy, sad.
Everything. Death.
Kids. And yet, and still here we are. And this is why when I come to Florida, we were talking about this earlier too. Like when I come to Florida, I cannot come to Florida and not see my family. Like I have to see Kelly. I have to see Kyle. Like this is when I come, this is always my first stop.
She'll go off and do everything else in Florida, but she will always
stop will
make a stop here.
Oh, I literally will plan my trips to put in at least a day or two to make sure that I come see you guys, because that is my net. That's my unit. My unit. Oh, look at my wig. Sorry, y'all. Look at these curls.
Great, y'all.
Vacation Eva is so much funner than like New York Eva.
I promise you.
Because New York Eva is stressed out 99% of the time because New York is stressful. I gotta look for parking. I ain't never got parking.
I think I hide out when I go to New York.
I stay in the house.
Like I don't be outside. Like I really don't be outside.
I don't come.
My husband be in the streets.
And then like
I don't be outside.
And then I come here and it's like Florida ain't no better because Florida's still like shoot shit up, bang bang, gang gang.
Yeah, we heard gunshots last night.
We did, but it's just like
gunshots last night.
But to be outside and just have fresh air.
Yes.
It'd be the small things that get me like, what do you mean? I can go outside and just have fresh air.
Like we have
the Bronx
plans.
is exhausting.
We had plans to go places here, and
we were supposed to have a picnic.
We were supposed to have a picnic.
We were supposed to go to the pool.
We were supposed to go to the pool. We were supposed to go up to the Granby Market to go to all the.
We were supposed to go to the market. Yep.
We did not.
No need. When it comes to me and vacations, this is a vacation for me. This is comfort for me.
Yes.
I think I tweeted it earlier. I said, when I was in my 20s, vacations for me were about turn up, have a good time. Like this, I'm about the party. But as I get older, I'm realizing vacation for me is more about relaxing, releasing the things that I need to get rid of so that when I come back to, like when I go back home, I'm in a stride.
Right.
So like this vacation for me is about releasing everything that I've been holding on to since my last vacation. Every vacation I try to hit like the hippie in me tries to do like the whole salt water cleanse where I'm sitting in water and I release all the energy and yeah. That's me. And I haven't done that. And this is that trip for me. But the first stop for me is making sure that I'm grounded. So throughout the trip, I stay grounded. I stay with family. Yeah. This is the first stop. I stay with family that grounds me. Then I hit to water, and then the water cleanses me, and then I go home.
And then you go home, and then you have a different mindset. You tackle your life differently, and that's the best. That's how even I feel when I go back to New York sometimes. Like I may not see everybody, but I see the people that I care about.
Yeah.
I see the people I care about, and they make an effort to come see me. My mom's house, my mom and dad's house is like the hub.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Yes, and we all come there. We talk, we
eat. Commune,
and then I come back home. I'm like, all right, that's what I needed. That put the battery in my back to keep going and doing what I need to do. So I think I'm gonna name this episode "It's a Vibe." Remember, we were listening to my we were listening to my playlist earlier,
and the first song was "It's a Vibe," and I was like,
"She's like, that's the name of your playlist, isn't it? It's a vibe." I was like, "It definitely is."
I was like, "Yeah, I'm with it." So like, it is.
It's a vibe.
Life is a vibe. Like you created. Oh, see, this is Vacation Eva is so y'all. If y'all look back at the last couple of episodes and y'all see Vacation Eva, y'all will see the complete 180. Like life is just about creating the vibe that you want, the energy that you want, having the people that you want in your life that are going to continue to put that into you. And I got that.
I think that's Smitty, y'all. That's Smitty. I heard that laugh.
Shout out to our Southside fam.
Yes. Yeah,
We love y'all forever and always. Because that's the vibe too.
Right.
That's the vibe too. That's the home vibe. When I go home, that's the South is the home.
I definitely think that we probably need to do a recap after we hang out for KG's birthday. Southside.
That should be an episode.
That should be.
We should definitely do an episode for that.
That'll be fun.
Because that is the family.
I'm telling you that one day I'm going to produce that episode, y'all. I'm speaking into existence now. Southside needs their own.
Because podcast. She is.
Like, I will build KG his own little.
You are.
Bar thing outside, and y'all need to just come and record, and I promise you y'all will make money. Like, yeah, I live for y'all conversations. Like, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Many of the men that we have in our life have such in-depth conversations.
They are the best.
They don't even realize how deep their conversations go.
No. They don't.
They do the surface shit. Everybody is the surface shit. Girls, sex, blah, blah, blah. But when
really you really want to hear like the true like men's friendship, like how that bond is, listening to them alone, it's like I have nothing but respect for every single one of them. Yeah. I've watched them become fathers. I've watched them become husbands, boyfriends. Like, they are dedicated.
Those who I never thought would be fathers became amazing fathers. Those who I thought would never be husbands became amazing husbands. It's the dynamic of watching humans grow. Yeah. And I'm going to use the word humans because people. But yeah, like watching the human, because it's human development.
It is, essentially. That's
all it is.
And like I said, I have the utmost respect for every single one of them and their grind. And like Cody, what he's doing with the Soak and Sweat, and Philly grinding out to buy his home.
Like,
and Los getting married. Shout out to Los and Tabitha.
Congratulations, Miguel. Congratulations,
becoming a father, and his lady.
She is beautiful. She's gorgeous.
I'm so proud of every single one of them. Like, and I love to see. It's beautiful to
see. It's good to see our guy friends are just
becoming men.
It is men when mental. I get tongue-tied. Men's mental health awareness month.
That's it, right? Yes. And nobody knew.
I knew.
You knew.
I knew. Because I love my men. I love hearing men talk. I love opening the dialogue for them because y'all don't always get the
credit or respect that you deserve.
And we be wondering why y'all cracking and breaking all the time. It's because y'all don't be talking to nobody. That should be a Harper.
I was telling you that yesterday. I will forever open up my ears to any of my male friends who need to vent. Like, I promise you, like, if you just need to get it off your chest or think, sometimes it's better to get it out to think it through. Like, you may not need my advice. You may not need for me to tell you what to do.
You just may need me to be on the phone.
Yeah, but for you to just talk it out loud, because sometimes you can't always say it to your male friends.
I mention all the time. Shout out to my best friend Jory, because sometimes I really just be. I do it to you too. Like, I'll be on the phone with you guys, and I will literally just talk, and then I'll be like, "Oh shit! Well, that don't make any sense. Y'all were right."
But sometimes you just need another perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll see things, and I'll be like, "Fuck, Jory was right. Damn it!" And I gotta tell him he's right too, and he'll be like, "Well, I told you." But he'll do it in the most humble way, where it's just like, "You see it, don't you?" I'm like, yes, I do. Damn it.
Yeah. So I'm definitely proud. But you
guys.
I think Eva, we should wrap this episode up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was fun. You will see many more of us, hopefully together.
Yes.
Work it out.
I like recording with us. Like,
I like being together. I like being around people.
One, I emotionally get like
humans. I like being around.
I emotionally get like choked up when I see you every time. So like, this is like the normal, like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. If you scroll back on my Twitter, there's just the picture of the little girl going, I'm so excited. That's when I was in the Uber on the way to your house. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I got to see my best friend.
We get super hyped. And they make fun of us, but we don't.
They do. They call us corny all the time.
Oh, super corny.
But that's because we love each other. And I want her to do good. She wants me to do good. And
no matter where we are.
Mm-mm. You also check me. Nobody really does that. I'm a lot. I didn't tell you were ghetto, but you didn't tell me that I was a lot. You didn't tell me I was dramatic. You know that, right?
I know. I found I was ratchet yesterday.
This is gonna be a whole nother episode.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna pause this because that's gonna be the episode.
Hi, Cairo. I know I'm dramatic. He's telling me too.
It's time to go because Cara's staring at us, y'all. But we will be back. This is another episode of the We Are Not Regular podcast.
Hi, guys. I'm
Ellie.
Eva Diva.
Eva Diva.
Bye, guys.
Peace.